Hey, we are going to be multiplying these beautiful things using the box method. Okay, really fast before we get started. I'm going to be pretty detailed in this video, telling you what I'm doing. If you just need a really quick one that you don't need a ton of detail, go ahead and click over there. Otherwise, stay here. We're happy to have you here. Okay, also, if you aren't loving the box method, it is a game changer for some people, but if you're like, not really my thing, I also have normal, like foil, we kind of call it sometimes, factoring in a video over there as well. So just be where you need to be. All right, so we are multiplying these together. Since they're written in parentheses right next to each other, that means they're being multiplied. Normally I would add these together first because they're inside parentheses. I'd add these, and then multiply. But since they're not like terms, I can't add them. So normally I would be stuck until someone figured out the distributive property. Oh, lovely. It's all right. Where we distribute this x to this one, then to that one, the 4 to this x, and then to this 6, okay? So that's what we do in that other video. This is just a more visual way of doing it. You're doing the same thing. This can just be really good if you kind of lose track of which ones you've multiplied and stuff. It can be very helpful. So basically all you do, you write one of them on the top. So you've got x plus 4 here, x plus 6 on the side. Now, you're just going to multiply them as they line up. And that makes sure that everything gets multiplied together. So in this box, I'm going to have x times x, which gives me x squared. Then I have 4 times x, which gives me 4x. X times 6, which gives me 6x. And then we've got 6 times 4, which gives me 24. Okay. Now, I'm going to write these out. We usually like to go in descending order, which just means the highest exponent on down. So I'm going to start with x squared plus 4x plus 6x plus 24. Now, you might want to think you're done, but I need to combine like terms. I need to add or subtract what I can. So since these are both just 1x, I can add those. We can't add the x squared because it's an x squared, but we can add these guys. So that leaves me with x squared. 4x's plus 6 more x's gives me 10x's. And then I've still got that 24 on the back. And that is my answer. Awesome. All right, let's do another one. This one has a negative, which can maybe be a little intimidating, but you've got it. Don't worry. So again, I'm going to put x plus 5 up here. And it doesn't matter which one you put on top and which one on the side. Just if you were wondering, you'll get the same answer. So we've got x times x here, which gives me x squared. We've got 5 times x, which gives me 5x. X times negative 2 gives me negative 2x. And then negative 2 times 5, a positive times a negative gives me a negative. 2 times 5 is 10. So 5 times negative 2 gives me negative 10. All right, again, I'm going to have x squared. We've got plus 5x minus 2x minus 10. Almost done. I've got to combine any like terms I have. There we go. So I'm going to have x squared. I've got 5x minus 2x's. 5x's, take away 2x's. I'm left with 3x's. So plus 3x. And then minus 10 on the back. All right. Stay tuned because this one has some extra numbers. And we will get to that one in just a second. All right, I've got 2 negatives this time. Don't worry. We got through this one. We can do this one. So I'm just going to put x minus 6 on the top, x minus 3 on the side. Okay, x times x, again, gives me x squared. Negative 6 times x gives me a negative 6x. Okay, x times negative 3 gives me negative 3x. And negative 3 times negative 6. Negative times a negative gives me a positive. So this will be a positive 18. Okay. Now, here we go. X squared minus 6x minus 3x plus 18. Secret, this paper was sitting on my counter and it got a tiny bit wet and a little wrinkly. Sorry. All right, so we've got these two that are like terms. So that leaves me with x squared. Now this is where some people might be like, oh, I don't remember the positives, negatives. I know it can be confusing. But we've got 6 negative x's and then 3 more negative x's, which leaves me with 9 negative x's. So minus 9x. And then we still got the plus 18 on the back. There we go. All right, this one has a 2 out front, and it also has a 3 here in front of that x. But we're just going to do the same thing. First of all, you can choose whether you distribute the 2 in at the beginning or the end. So you can either distribute this into that one and then multiply these, or you can multiply these just like up here and then multiply the 2 in. You will get the same answer either way. I am going to first distribute this 2 in. Okay, this is being multiplied to this. Just like these, it just doesn't have anything else being added onto it, so we still just distribute it in. Now, you might wonder, why am I not distributing it also here? Good question. Very good. Okay, the reason I'm not distributing it there as well is it would give me an extra 2, if that makes sense. Once I distribute it into here, it'll be in here. And then once I multiply that new product with this one, the 2 will get to that one. So they will all end up being multiplied. So I'm going to distribute it to this first one. 2 times x gives me, I'm going to write it over here, 2x. 2 times 2 gives me 4. So I just multiplied that guy in. So now this was turned into this. This one I didn't change anything, so it's still just being multiplied there. All right, so now I'm multiplying these two just like above. I've got different numbers in front of the x, but we will just multiply them like normal. Okay, so I'm going to stick 2x plus 4 on top and 3x minus 1 on the side. Okay, so first I've got 2x times 3x. So 2 times 3 gives me 6. X times x gives me x squared. Not too bad, right? Then we've got 3x times 4. 3 times 4 gives me 12. And then I've still got that x. 2x times a negative 1 gives me negative 2x. Okay. And then we've got negative 1 times 4. Positive times a negative always gives me a negative. So negative 4. Okay. So we've got 6x squared plus 12x minus 2x minus 4. Combine like terms. Now, you'll probably get to the point where you can just combine like terms without writing this whole part out. Awesome when you get there. Until then, write it. You can never write too much in math. All right, so we will have 6x squared, 12x minus 2x. I've got 12 x's, I take away 2 x's, so then I'm left with 10 x's, and then minus 4. Okay, there we go. Look at that. We did all 4 of those. Now, if you're not a huge fan of this way, again, check out that video at the beginning where we do the FOIL method. Also, if you haven't already, soon you will be doing this backwards, if that makes sense. You'll be going from here to there. It's fun. Don't worry. If you're needing videos on that now, I've got some linked over there. So check those out if you need them. Hopefully get your homework done and go to bed and have dreams of math that are nightmares.